Good evening. Today is, is my first day trying to use this screen recorder to record my speech in English together with the screen of my smartphone, trying to say something in 5 to 10 minutes time and try to make this practice that I can do every day just to improve my English and at the same time uh, improve my presentation skill. So uh, in today's conversation, I would like to talk about why I suddenly felt like using a screen recorder to record what I said and also upload it to YouTube for others to look at it. For others, this can be something really weird because you talk to your smartphone and then you upload to YouTube without informing your friends or others, but you just doing something that without expecting feedback from others. But for me, this is just a record to record down that I'm trying my best just to improve my language. So the first step is always the hardest, and after the first step, I believe that the second step, third step, it may not be easier and easier, but definitely it will be easier than the first step. So I came across the idea of practicing something I learned from reading a few weeks ago, and I always think that I spend so much time reading books, learning things from books from office and from somebody else, but most of the time I don't have the opportunity to practice what I have learned. So I have only the input without output, and the book that I read a few weeks ago actually told me that output is very important because it will make sure that you learn something. 100% input cannot guarantee anything. Very likely, one may forget what he have read or what he have learned after a short period of time. So for me, this video can be a medium to practice what I have learned, and also at the same time try to use English to express my thought and any idea that I have every day. So this answer the second questions, how this will affect the learning process. I try to make my learning process something daily instead of set up a yearly learning plan. I try to make it narrower, make it a daily plan, because for me a yearly plan is a bit difficult to control, and after learning for 1 or 2 months, very likely I will stop if what I'm learning is not something that I'm really interested in. But daily plan is a bit easier to control. And every day I start my morning by reading some book on my way to office. It's about 30 minutes to an hour. While I'm commuting, I read books using my smartphone, so that is considered my input time. And then during lunchtime, during my 1 hour lunchtime, usually I finish my lunch within 10 minutes while watching the video from Udemy, and then after that I will spend about 30 minutes for output, trying to write something in Mandarin. And I hope that by writing out what I have read, it will help me to remember what I have learned from the books that I have read. So for me, I have a 30 minutes output time during lunchtime, and after work, even though I spend about an hour to go back home, but during this hour of time, usually I'm very tired, and very likely I fall asleep in the bus. So I just trick the time slot at the as part of my sleeping time, just to replenish my sleeping hour. So basically, I will only have some free time to practice my English after work, when I'm at home after finishing my dinner. So this remind me that actually I have only 20 minutes to 30 minutes every day to practice speaking in English. I try to go to bed at 11:30, not later than 12, to make sure I can at least have 5.5 to 6 hours of sleep every day. Sufficient sleeping hour is very important. Lacking of sleep bring very adverse side effect to our body, physically and mentally. And understood from one of the book that I read, the bad impact of lacking of sleep can be comparable to smoking. And this is really something surprising for me. And in fact, 6 hours may not be sufficient for 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 an adult like me, but I must admit that 6 hours are considered luxury as compared to others who may have only 4 hours or 5 hours sleeping time every day, including weekend. Okay, perhaps I should answer the questions for today. What is the anticipated impact in long run? I believe that if I continue recording video every day using English, I stand a better chance to improve my communication skill, or perhaps to improve my English conversations, than doing nothing every day. And I believe that the only way to get someone out of the trouble or bottleneck is never stop looking for new method of doing something. So record something in English for me is a new way to practice my English. And actually today I didn't make a good preparations before my speech. I think that I can do better tomorrow. Perhaps during lunchtime tomorrow, I should learn a few words, some new vocabulary that I can apply at night. Then at night I can use the new vocabularies that I learned to make some new sentences, and it will help to improve my memory for those works. And after doing that for a few times, very likely those works will become part of my life, and I can use it unconsciously in my daily life later. So this is just a method of repeating something that I do every day, and in long run it becomes something fruitful. Okay, I think I should end my English conversation now. It's about 12 minutes now. Thank you.